Film Geeks, my name is Trevor and welcome back to my channel. Since Wonder Woman 84 just came out on Christmas Day, we now have 9 DCEU movies and we are going to rank all 9 of those movies by placing them on their proper tiers. Join me in the comment section. How does your guys' ranking compare? Which tiers would you put each movie and what did you think of Wonder Woman 84? Let's talk about it all down below in the comment section. And with all that said, let's get right into our tiers. And starting off with our tiers, we have amazing, then we have great, then we have good, then we have meh. Then we have bad. I'm a pretty big DCEU fan, so I'm not sure if any movie is going to be going in that bad tier. And these movies are in no particular order. So first up, we have arguably my favorite DCEU movie, Man of Steel. Man of Steel is going shaboom up there in the amazing tier. I love everything about this movie, from Henry Cavill to Amy Adams to the use of color to Hans Zimmer's score. Anything about this movie I absolutely love, and every time I rewatch it, I just love it that much more. And that's pretty rare for movies for me, is when I start loving them more and more the more I watch them. Lots of times when you rewatch movies, you like them a little bit less. Not the case with Man of Steel. I haven't seen all the Superman movies, but even if I have, I still think Man of Steel would reign at my number 1. Then we have Batman v Superman. Hate me all you want. I'm putting Batman v Superman in the amazing tier as well. Tell me, do you bleed? I love that line so much. I love the Batfleck, arguably my favorite Batman, and him and Superman going at it together is amazing. And then you have Lex Luthor portrayed by Jesse Eisenberg, who lots of people weren't a big fan of, but I just absolutely love. And there's 2 different versions. There's the theatrical version, and then there's like the Ultimate Edition. I only watched the Ultimate Edition, and I just absolutely love it. Everything about it works for me. There is a little bit of cheesiness, a little bit of campiness, but every DCEU movie has that, and I've fully come to accept it. I love Batman v Superman. One of my favorite DCEU movies. Again, Batfleck and Henry Cavill together, just, it makes my heart feel so good. And then even Wonder Woman comes in here. We get introduced to Gal Gadot in this film. You're like, oh my god, this is so crazy. It's epic. It's emotional. And then at the very end, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give it away, but with the whole Superman scene at the end, when you see that dirt start to rise, that gives you chills. I love Batman v Superman. Then we have Suicide Squad. We're going from amazing down to meh. I know lots of people hate this movie. I have quite a bit of fun with it. I remember when I saw it in theaters, I really enjoyed it. Saw it again in theaters, I still enjoyed it. But the more and more I rewatch it, I enjoy it just a little bit less each time. But I still have fun with this film. I think it wasn't truly David Ayer's movie, and that's not really his fault. But I'm still excited for the sequel, The Suicide Squad with James Gunn. I think it's going to be obviously a far better film. But there's lots of fun to have here. I'm a big fan of Jared Leto's Joker. I love Margot Robbie. I love Will Smith as Deathshot. All the characters in this movie are awesome. It does take a little bit to find its footing and kind of get going. It has this little weird rock and roll montage. You can introduce all these characters, which we see kind of a lot. It seems like an easy way to kind of introduce all these characters, just do a montage of all of them. But overall, I have a lot of fun with this. I wish Jared Leto got more screen time, but hey, Harley Quinn's in there, and she got her own spin-off movie, which we're going to get to here in a little bit. Next up is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, to me, is great. A lot of people absolutely love this film. I like it a lot. I think it's a really, really great movie, but it's just not quite amazing for me. I have lots of fun with it. Gal Gadot's amazing. Her and Steve Trevor it's honestly perfect, and Chris Pine is a great actor. His charm really works throughout this film, brings a lot of the comedic relief throughout it, but getting to know who exactly is Diana, who is Wonder Woman, who is Gal Gadot in this movie, and she goes and she shines. She absolutely kills it, and Patty Jenkins does a fantastic job with this film. Everything Patty Jenkins decided with this film, I enjoyed. I just loved it so much. And at the very end, when Steve Trevor's talking to Diana and you can't really hear it, then it goes back to that scene at the end of the film. That gets me every time. It makes me want to cry, hits me right in the heart, and it's a very good movie from Patty Jenkins, and her and Gal Gadot, they have some awesome chemistry together. Then we have Wonder Woman 84, and if you watched my review the other day, I gave this movie a 7.5 out of 10, but the more and more I think about it, it's gone down and down and down. It's sitting about a 5 out of 10 right now. I'm not going to put it in bad, but I'm going to put it in meh. I was really kind of high on it in my review. I just got done watching it, so I was thinking about it. But the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I talked with friends about it, the less and less I enjoyed it. And it's honestly a bummer because the first Wonder Woman is a great movie, and this one's just meh. And it's a very divisive film. A lot of people either love it or hate it. I know Twitter's under fire right now. The movie community is having a civil war of whether you love or hate Wonder Woman. But just the more and more I thought about it, I just couldn't put it in a good tier or the great tier or the amazing tier. It is kind of shot down to meh, and I think it's a fitting spot for it. It takes about an hour and a half for any action to come in, and when there's a big blockbuster movie, you need lots of action, and the first hour and a half, there isn't any. And then Pedro Pascal character, he's good, but then also you have Cheetah in there, who Cheetah kind of seems unwarranted. The whole ending, it's setting up for this big epic fight, this big epic climax, this big epic battle, and it's very anticlimactic, and it just really rubbed me the wrong way. When I got done watching it, I was like, that's the ending? that's really the ending. It seemed like Steve Trevor kind of just got brought back. I wasn't really happy that they brought him back, especially with the whole payoff they do with him throughout the film. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I wasn't just a big fan. I thought it kind of just felt like he was there for a running gag and to add some humor, and this film really lacked the humor. I sound like I'm just going on a tangent on it. My review yesterday did not really portray my thoughts on this film very well, but Wonder Woman 84 is fine. It's meh. I don't know why I gave it a 7.5. Moving on. Then we have the Justice League. And the Justice League, I'm going to put in the good tier, and you can cancel me all you want. I enjoyed the Justice League quite a bit, and I cannot wait for Zack Snyder's Justice League coming here in a couple months. This movie, you could tell, had lots of problems, and it just seemed to rush, and a lot of times when you're watching it, it looks like you're watching a video game rather than watching a big blockbuster movie. I love these DC characters, that's why I'm putting it in the good tier. I love Batfleck, I love getting introduced to Ezra Miller as a Flash, I love getting introduced to Aquaman, and I really just love that Superman gets brought back in this film. The villain is very lackluster to me, but the overall movie itself, I just find so much enjoyment in. Every time I watch it, I have a smile on my face, and it makes me feel like a little kid again, playing with all my action figures, having a good time. Obviously, this wasn't Zack Snyder's original vision, original movie, which is why I'm very excited for the Justice League Snyder Cut. But hey, I still have a good amount of fun with this movie. More fun than in Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman 84. That's for dang sure. Moving on here to Aquaman. Aquaman, I'm putting the good tier. Aquaman's cheesy fun. It's a really long movie. A really, really long movie. It's about 2.5 hours and lots of cheese, and it's not very good acting throughout it. Aquaman himself is a really, really cool hero, and the overall movie is a fun time. I was a big fan of how it looked. James Wan is very good with visuals, and them underwater, I thought would look weird. It didn't at all. It made me sit like, you know what? This looks pretty dang normal. Has a lot of funny lines in there. Jason Momoa is a hilarious actor, and his comedic timing really shines in this film, and it's overall a really fun time. You got cool duels. You have a cool journey. You have an overall really good villains and lots of epic action scenes. It's just a little long-winded and a little too cheesy at times. But it's just cheesy fun for everyone. The thing I like to call for these movies. I enjoy Aquaman quite a bit, probably more than most. Next up is Shazam. I'm going to put Shazam up in great. When I first watched it, I was like, yeah, this is good. This is pretty dang good. But it kind of got overhyped for me that this is like the best DCEU movie. And for me, it's not. The big problem I have here is that young Billy and older Billy don't really match up how they behave and how they act. Like, young Billy is not really like a likable character. And older Billy Shazam is a fun character. So their whole like dynamic didn't really like transport well. So like when he's younger to older, it just didn't really match. And that was kind of something that stood out to me. But overall, this talk about cheesy fun for everyone. That's exactly what this is. Lots of epicness in here. And Zachary Levi, how do you not love this guy? Just him having some fun. You can tell this is just him being him. Zachary Levi being Zachary Levi. It's a lot of fun. Shazam is a good movie, and it's not as cheesy as the rest are. A lot of these other movies are, and the visuals for this one really hold up compared to some of the other ones as well. Moving on to Birds of Prey and the fabulous imagination of one Harley Quinn. Should have just called it Harley Quinn. Everyone knows that. But we're putting Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey in the amazing tier. This is my favorite DCEU movie. Came out earlier this year, and I loved everything it had to offer. Harley Quinn getting her own movie was a great call. Not a very good name, that's why I think it wasn't too financially successful, but overall, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie is back. And how do you not love Harley Quinn? She's such a likable character who's so awesome, who's not scared of anyone. She's there to fight everyone. And Ewan McGregor as Roman Sionis, one of my favorite DC villains, Black Mask himself, Roman Sionis. Ewan McGregor kills this role. I wish I did a little bit more with his character inside this film, and I hope we get to see him again in our DC film. But this is basically DC's version of Deadpool, which everyone relates to. It breaks that fourth wall, it breaks the boundaries, and it is raunchy, and it is funny, and it is kind of just brutal in ways too. And you know what? I love everything about Birds of Prey. I love it a lot. And with that said, let's go ahead and rank all these movies from best to worst real fast, all 9 of them. So, at number 1, we have Birds of Prey. At number 2, we're going to have Batman v Superman. At number 3, Man of Steel. At number 4, Shazam. At number 5, Wonder Woman. At number 6, Justice League. At number 7, Aquaman. At number 8, Suicide Squad. At number 9, Wonder Woman 84. It's last on my list. I don't want to rewatch Wonder Woman 84. Sorry. I'm sorry about it. Well, how did your guys' ranking compare? My list is just my list, and you guys probably don't agree with it at all. But I enjoy all these movies. Wonder Woman 84 definitely enjoy the least. What did you guys think of Wonder Woman 84, and how is your guys' ranking compared to mine? Comment all that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We have lots more videos coming up before the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.